Hello everyone and welcome to a different sort of video than the normal Super Smash Bros. Ultimate guides. In the last video, of course, I did my Zelda guide, but in this video I'm going to be talking about the Age of Calamity DLC that came out recently. So I'm going to be going through my thoughts on the DLC and also like how will it affect the speedrunning of the game, because of course being a speedrunner that's something I want to know. So let's just get right into it. What do I think of the speedrunning? Oh wait, spoilers. Spoilers. There will be spoilers for the whole DLC, obviously. So if you haven't done the DLC and you don't want to be spoiled on it, leave now until you've done the DLC and then you can come back to this video. Now, actually, with everything out the way, let's get into my thoughts on the DLC. So, the first thing about it is the Ancient Lab here. I haven't finished the Ancient Lab, but I've near enough finished it. So what do I think of the DLC, the Ancient Lab? I love the Ancient Lab, it's got some nice different music. That's another thing I love about the DLC, the different music. And here you get your two new weapons, the flail and the Master Cycle, as well as the battle-tested Guardian. Now, all three of these are really fun to use, especially the Master Cycle for me. Of course, being a Zelda main really helps there. So yeah, the other great thing about this is that this one, buying apples is so helpful for difficult ILs and difficult levels in general, because this DLC is full of difficult levels. Down here in the lower area we have the Vicious Monsters parts, which I really like. I love Vicious Monster attacks. And also, increasing all of your rune damages. Wait, where's the status one? It's down here. So yeah, that is really great as well, increasing your damage. The most impactful one for that is Stasis, probably, because you can reveal weak point smashes from further back. Like, you can reveal it from like 5 parts away, which is ridiculous. And it's broken. So we also have more sensor register material drops, that can be quite helpful. And the apple discount is really good. And then there's stock. That one is also quite helpful. I've already spoken about rune damages down here. These are amazing. Weapon capacity up. That's not weapon capacity up. These though, I love these. This is also great, but the max level is so hard to get to. Like, I had, I think, a level 20 fusion material to 50% weapon, and it got my Bow of Light to 33 from 30. So it's very difficult to get it to 50. It's still not at 50. But I assume it'll be broken at 50, because why wouldn't it be? It'd be at level 50. So now we have this area over here. Oh, Master Cycle. I forgot about that. Master Cycle. I love it. The only one I've used actually is the Sentinel version. I don't actually know the difference between Hunter, Sentinel and Regular, because I've only used Sentinel. Same with the Flail. I've only used the Ancient Bladed Flail, none of the others. I should do that at some point. The only real complaint is that you need a lot of this machine oil, maintenance oil, machine lubricant, curing agent, guardian claw, like these objects. Like, they're difficult to get your hands on, and the high yield ancient furnace, who came up with these names? But yeah, like, you need a lot of them, so they can be quite annoying to get sometimes. And that's really it. Other than Battle Tested Guardian, which is this thing here.
Don't be a stranger.
So Battle Tested Guardian is the new character, and this is it. I haven't really done much with it, as you can probably tell, but it is really good for just playing because of its gimmick where it locks onto an enemy and you just destroy them. I think the best way to do it is to actually show you how it works. So let's just do that quickly. While I'm just on this screen, I'll just say that if you love Age of Calamity, you should really get this DLC if you haven't already. It's so worth it. And this is only pack 1, there's still pack 2 coming out soon. Gosh, this Guardian is massive. That is a drawback of this character, it's quite big. But if you lock onto an enemy by holding your ZR, you've got this little ring around them now. And now, if you just do any special, it locks directly onto them. Strong attack, strong attack. And now, you can just stasis them, and then do this move, and it just destroys their weak point gauge. So it's going to be very helpful for casual playing. Not really as much for speedrunning, because you have to hold it to lock on, which is quite annoying. And also you have to hold it to get off if you don't want to lock onto it anymore. And you can get kind of overwhelmed by the enemies around you. So I still feel that it hasn't surpassed other characters in terms of speedrunning. And I definitely won't be using it for speedruns. So that is the Battle Tested Guardian. Now we have all of this. So, let's just go through each level one by one. Master Cycle, Training, and wherever it is, Flail Training is somewhere around here. That's Knight's Nightmare. Where is Flail Training? You can tell if it's a DLC mission because it has a small EX beside it. Is it here? No, that's BTG Training. The 3 training levels there's Flail Training. So you have Master Cycle, Flail, and BTG Training. Those are just training levels, they don't really need to be explained. One thing I did notice is that you get a ridiculous amount of ores from this. If I just scroll over to my ores, what is this? I never used to have this many ores. By the way, I sold all of my diamonds. I had around 140. So I decided to sell them to level up Battle Tested Guardian. So the actual levels are really fun. You have the battle research levels, which is just really creative. You have to use your items and your skills, Flurry Rush 5 times or something like that. It's a nice take on a regular level. There's also some other levels, like the Knight's Nightmare and Study, Pure and Robbie's Study. Is there any more like that? Oh yeah, Ancient Threats. These are just kind of regular levels. Don't really have that much of a gimmick. Defeat all of the Guardians on that one. Get Puro and Robbie to the end on this one, and rescue Link on this one. They're just kind of normal levels. But the 2 that really stood out to me, wait, there's 2 that I'm missing. Handle the Horde, that one's also quite fun. It's basically defeat an amount of enemies, but you don't actually have to defeat that many enemies. It says defeat 1,000 once you beat 500, but you're still fine if you beat 500. You might actually be fine if you beat 300, I don't know, because I finished around 600. Is it this one? No, this is Road to Colour. This one must be really unmemorable. I can't remember a thing about it. So I'm just going to skip over it. 'Cause if it's that unmemorable, then it doesn't deserve to be covered. Where is the other one? Oh, it's here! Rupee Rescue. You have to get X amount of rupees instead of defeat X amount of monsters. Now, the two that really stood out to me were EX Survival of the Fittest, the highest recommended level stage in the game at 86, and EX Conquering Hyrule. So Survival of the Fittest is a level where you basically have to survive for 10 minutes because you can't get out. You have a 10-minute timer, don't die, and more monsters appear as time goes on. If you don't kill any, they won't keep appearing. That's a nice tip for that level. So I think it's maximum 5 that are on the screen at once, until the end where there's becomes 6 and 7. But even on Apocalyptic, the highest difficulty level, it's still 10 minutes. I haven't done it on other difficulties because I don't feel like it. And then my favourite level from the DLC is EX Conquering Hyrule. This level is just really creative because like you only have Master Koga and Ganon, like you can't use anyone else. And it says there's only Zelda, Link, Mipha, Daruk and Revali. Of course, Urbosa is also there. But then once you defeat the first 5, King Rome appears, which is surprising. And then you have to defeat Zelda and Terrako, so like it's surprising. I don't want to use the same word, but there's no other word for it. Like you're not expecting to have to fight more. Now we have the vicious monsters, which are cool. EX alerts they're called, and they're kind of fun. This one specifically is the battle-tested Guardian one. It's also kind of cool. You have a new area. You have Forgotten Temple, which is a completely new area that you could never go to before. Is that it? Is there anything else that I need to say? EX alerts can go to Great Hyrule Forest, Krenel Peak, Hyrule Field, Hyrule Outpost, Breach of Demise, or Akalos Citadel, and the one over at Forgotten Temple is always here. Once you get to the BTG trial here. This one you have to give them stuff, I think, and beat EX alert Forgotten Temple.
Thanks. Yes, what?
So now, after all of that, I'm going to go through how will all of this stuff affect speedrunning. So, starting with the new levels, of course, like, people will probably IL these. You can't IL this on Apocalyptic or very hard because, like, you're not killing the enemies in the time frame. New ones will keep spawning. I don't even know if there's a limit to the enemies, because I played on Apocalyptic. So yeah, I will most likely IL this at some point because it's a really cool level. Road to Akala and the other ones that are just kind of normal will probably just get IL'd like once or twice, I'd say. Rupee Rescue and... where is it? Handle the Horde are times levels, which basically finish at the same time every time. It's kind of like survival of the fittest thing. And then the 3 trainings might get IL'd. These might be quite popular, I'm not sure. That's the not that interesting part about the ILs out of the way. This, I feel like, could be popular, just because of the fact that it's a boss level, like a specific boss level. These, I don't even know if these are going to be legal, because they're kind of random. Like, whether you get 1, 2, or 3 enemies is random. What enemies is random? So I don't even think these EX alerts are going to be legal for ILs. Unless you have a specific category for every alert with every enemy. Which I don't think would happen. But, you never know. So now, I'm going to just talk about everything else that might affect speedrunning. The stuff you get in here. These are helpful for certain drops if you haven't finished the game yet. If you're trying to get like drops for damage stuff as well, like raw gourmet meat for the plus 12% damage recipe that I can't think of right now. Buying apples is a massive game changer because you never have to go and grind anymore, which I got out of that. So yeah, that is massive. These will probably be quite impactful, these rune upgrades. Level 50 weapons, of course, is going to be impactful. And that's it, except for the new characters and weapons. So, how do I think these new weapons and characters will affect speedrunning? So first, we have the flail. I don't think this will do that much, honestly. Like, it's alright, but it's not that fast. Like, the quickest way to use the flail, I'd say, is by copying a one-handed weapon. But first you have to fill up your copy gauge, and then find an enemy with a one-handed weapon. You press ZR, and it latches on and takes a while to do that. And then you get it for like 10 swings, I think. It might be 11 or 12. But you get it for a limited amount of swings, and then you have to like do that all again, and it's kind of inefficient. Now the other new weapon, I feel like it's going to be great. Master Cycle, which you can't wear the ceremonial robes on, which I'm really annoyed at. I like the ceremonial robes. But Master Cycle I feel like is going to be really good, because it's fast. I'll go into meditative now and show you that it's fast. Like if we get Zelda out, and we go into meditative training, it is, its base speed is just like really quick, and there's a way to make it go even faster than its base speed. And it can like shred through crowds because of a certain move, which I'm going to show you now. So this is its base speed, which is fast. And then you have overdrive, which makes you go even faster. Now there's a gauge in the top left, which when I go into overdrive, it starts filling. It's below the special meter. But this is just really fast. And then, if you want to go even faster, you can go bum, bum, strong. And then you get this. This is infinite as long as you hold overdrive. And you can kind of like, while you're doing this, like, oh no, my overdrive is going to overheat. But then you can special. I may have done it. Oh my gosh, special actually just gets rid of overheating. So you can go to overheat level. Like, you can be driving around really quickly like this and oh no, I'm overheating. No matter, just special. And overheat disappears, like the bar's gone in the top left. Also the special is Bow of Light special, which is good. And then you have this. Which you can perform a lot before overheating and overdrive. I didn't mean for this video to turn into a Zelda guide or anything. which is why I'm not really going into too much detail. I'm just kind of going into detail about the things that are good for speedruns, because that's where I am in this game. And this move is really good. Because, like, if you're going down a straight path, it's great. Don't try and use this too much in Hyrule Castle. It won't really work that well, because Hyrule Castle is thin and linear. But like in other levels, it's quite good. And that's its Magnesis, by the way. The boosted Magnesis. Oh, you can't exit that way. What am I doing? I don't use meditative training that much. I don't find it that useful. So that is kind of most of what is there for speedrunning. We've already talked about battle-tested Guardian for speedrunning. Of course, extra weapon space makes it easier to get to level 50 quicker. And then there's Apocalyptic, which sometimes doesn't really make that much of a difference when very hard. This is my time on very hard for Future of Hyrule, and then Apocalyptic is only 2 minutes slower, 2 minutes 5 seconds. So yeah, oh wait, that might not be my best time actually, because that has lots of KOs. That's not a speedrun time. Definitely not. I think it would be around like 17 minutes if it was speedrunning. So yeah. Other than the new music, that is it for the speedruns. And the new music that was it for the DLC I meant. And the new music is amazing. I am not going on the right thing. Like, if you go down, you have these 4 songs, and they're all really good. So, that is kind of just it for this video. I just wanted to talk about the DLC a bit, and how much it really is great. I feel like Master Cycle will be used a lot for speedrunning. The other two not really, they're not really that fast. But who knows, I might be wrong about it. Master Cycle might be just really bad because of how difficult it is to turn while using it. But I really do feel like it's going to be used a lot. So the main weapons, now that the DLC 1 is out, I feel that are going to be used for speedrunning are, can't think. Still Master Sword. Master Sword, of course, is amazing. Now we have Master Cycle as well. And then I can't really think of anything else. Oh, Tether. Tether, of course. Tether's always great. With his insane attacks. So those are the main 3, just Master Sword, Master Cycle, and Tabor. So that will be it for this video. There's probably going to be a Smash Bros video next, because I just wanted to do this quickly for DLC 1. And I'll probably do this for DLC 2 as well when it comes out. So, bye everyone, see you next time for more, probably Super Smash Bros. Ultimate videos. Goodbye!